Quotes from John Newton. From the Kindle, Deep Christian Quotes and Bible Verses. First quote. Walking with Jesus. When I speak of walking with Jesus, my idea is helped by considering how it was with his first disciples. They lived in his presence. While he stayed in a place, they stayed, and when he moved, they went with him. Having him thus always near, always in view, the sight of him undoubtedly gave a composure to their whole behavior, and was a check upon their eyes, their tongues, and their actions. When they had hard questions upon their minds, they did not puzzle themselves with vain reasonings. When they were in need, they looked to him for a supply. When they had difficulties and dangers, they little doubted of deliverance, knowing that he was with them. Just so, I need a faith that shall have such an abiding, experimental conviction of his nearness and presence, as if I actually saw him. Lord, increase my faith. Second quote. Surely, if he were now upon earth, and I expected a visit from him this afternoon, my heart would bound at the thought. With what a mixture of joy and fear would I open the door to receive him. How cautious would I be, not to do or say anything that might grieve him, and shorten his stay with me. And how gladly, if he gave me permission to speak, would I catch the opportunity of telling him all my concerns. Surely I would be unwilling to let him go, until he had healed the wounds in my soul, and renewed my spiritual strength. Until he had taught me better how to serve him, and promised to support me in his service. And if I heard him say, with an audible voice, though they fight against you, they shall not prevail, for I am always with you to deliver you, I would bid adieu to fear. Third quote. What a poor, uncertain and dying world is this! What a wilderness in itself! Without the saving knowledge of Jesus, how dark, how desolate it is! It does not appear to us thus, before we were saved, because we were then in a state of enchantment, the magical lantern blinding us with a splendid delusion. Let us not be greatly discouraged at the many tribulations, difficulties and disappointments which lie in the path which leads to glory. Our Lord has plainly told us, that in this world, you will have many trials and sorrows. Yet he has also made a suitable provision for every case we can meet with. And is himself always near to those who call upon him, as a sure refuge, an almighty strength, a never-failing, ever-present help in every time of trouble. Jesus himself was a man of sorrow, and acquainted with grief for our sakes. He drank the whole cup of unmixed wrath for us. Shall we then refuse to taste a sip of the cup of affliction at his appointment? Especially when his wisdom and his love prepared for us, and he proportions every circumstance to our strength. When he puts it into our hands, not in anger, but in tender mercy, to do us good, to bring us near to himself. And when he sweetens every bitter sip with those comforts which none but he can give. Thanks